son, dude. I got my mullet. No, dude. This ain't me, man.
Officer Pendergrass.
I can take you to witnesses where I've been and everything.
Look,
Man. I don't need to talk to nobody, man. I'll tell you. I swear to God. Man, I can't.
Just do me a favor. Come over here, sir.
I mean, look at that. How embarrassing. The problem with society is beta men. That was a prime example of somebody that thought they were in a little gang and they got pulled over and got caught with a joint in the car, and this guy's crying for his mama. It's ridiculous. This next one's going to be Dustin McFetridge crying about his mama. Again, another example of beta. And I've come to realize that beta is what's going to be the child predators. They just can't get a real woman.
The reason I'm nervous is because, honestly, this can kill my mama.
Okay.
But I am an only child. I don't want to get to jail because I couldn't deal without having it in jail.
I understand that.
Because, I mean, I can't walk without this.
I understand. Okay. Before I ask any questions, you gotta know your rights, okay?
Be in a lot of trouble. Trouble? Yeah. Big ass, serious as shit trouble. I mean, you can't just take a kid and have no one notice.
That's what I told you. Didn't I say that?
You did, alright? Fuck. But still, we are where we are. Right here, you know? I mean, it's a big problem and we gotta fix it.
So what do we do?
I don't know. There's an answer here. There's like a solution, but I'm just not seeing it. I don't know, maybe we're fucked.
We're not fucked. What do you mean fucked?
Jail fucked, motherfucker. If we let the kid go, he runs back to mommy and daddy and he rats us out.
Maybe you won't.
Not to mention Tattooey. Who knows what that crazy motherfucker's gonna do? We're all gonna be looking over our fucking shoulders.
I don't think the kid will spill. I really don't.
Yeah, but what if he does?
Fuck that shit.
See what I'm saying?
I'm not fucking going to prison. Look, I just won't.
Yeah, me neither, bitch. What the fuck you think
I'm not fucking
about?
kidding, John. This is really fucking bad.
The best thing we could do would be to get a hold of Tattooey and straight him and all this shit out once and for all.
Well, where is that motherfucker?
Who the fuck knows, man? I don't know. He's probably laying low looking to shoot me in the fucking head. I mean, think about it. That's what I'd be doing.
Stop already, all right? You know how I get with this anxiety shit.
Frankie. Frankie.
Yeah. I swear to God, man, I'm hyperventilating.
I want to ask you something.
What?
Fuck. Hypothetically, all right? This isn't real, right? We're just talking here. But, what would you say if I were to offer you $2,500 just to kill the kid?
Kill him?
Yeah, fucking wax him.
Are you fucking insane? I'm not gonna fucking kill the kid. That's a fucking joke, right?
Of course it's a fucking joke, man. You're so fucking stupid.
You're an asshole.
I'm Generation X. I know a lot of you have been in situations like this because we were Pharaoh. We ran wild. We clicked up with our little groups of friends. We were bad. We talked shit. We did this and that. Yeah, as absurd as it is, that was his real name. Jesse James Hollywood. Now, what kind of fucking hippie do you think his father was? How clever it was to name him Jesse James. And for him to be a little short man and naturally have a Napoleon complex, how fitting to name this little fucker Jesse James to reinforce his little short stature that he was supposed to be a badass when in reality he was stealing hardwood floors from construction sites and selling it back to contractors somehow, and selling maybe a pound or two of marijuana a week. in California. Not that that's supposed to be some kind of badass stuff, because it's been legal in California for what, 25 years now? And he's supposed to be a gangster, leading this little group of teenagers, fronting them little quarters and half ounces here and there. And yeah, that's what he did. He got somebody that owed him, I can't even find out how much he owed him, but it was like he fronted him a couple of ounces, and he couldn't pay him, and he convinced this little guy that owed him a couple $100 for some ounces to go commit this murder. There are a lot of movies based on true stories, but Alpha Dog is probably the one movie that stays true to the story. And it is so mind-blowing because in Alpha Dog you see that there's probably like 40 to 60 witnesses to this kidnapping. Not the actual kidnapping, but the after the fact. And everybody was so casual about it. That's how it really happened. Alpha Dog, the movie, is very close to what really happened. The actors they had playing the real life criminals were way cooler than the actual people were. Justin Timberlake played Jesse Rugg. He was one of the people involved in the actual kidnapping. The 15-year-old kid's name was Nicholas Markowitz. In the movie, they changed it to Mazursky. There's a famous scene in the movie where the brother was enunciating it, telling them to call Jake Mazursky. Jesse Rugg was there the night the 15-year-old boy was shot. The other kidnapper was played by Fernando Vargas, the real person, William Skidmore. And I'm bringing up this Alpha Dog because here again there's 20-year-old people involved with murdering this 15-year-old. Here again, young gangs, young people hanging out thinking they are a gang, whether they are or not. I guess a group of young people conspiring to commit murder would be considered a gang. The leader of the gang, Jesse James Hollywood, in real life he was just a common little thug teen involved in theft, selling some marijuana. It was said that he sold enough marijuana to buy a house, but that's not really true. He sold enough marijuana to have $5,000 to put down on the house. The other $20,000 come from a insurance scam where he claimed he had a car stolen, got paid $20,000 for insurance, and he sold the car for parts. This whole Alpha Dog movie scenario come down to these two people right here, Jesse James Hollywood and Benjamin Markowitz. Benjamin was 2 years older than Jesse James Hollywood, and he knew that Jesse James was just a common little bullshit teen thug. He wasn't scared of him. He made that plain as day. He got through his little drug transactions, who knows how many ounces or whatever, but he did end up owing him $1,200. He owed Jesse James Hollywood $1,200. And Ben Markowitz knew he had this $1,200 debt, and he told Jesse James Hollywood, look, you're just going to call it even with me, and I'm not going to call the police on you for committing insurance fraud for the stolen car that you sold. for whatever reason, Jesse James Hollywood did not like this. It was like, no, you owe me $1,200 and I want it. Ben knew who Jesse James Hollywood was. He went to school with him, high school with him. He played baseball with him. And he basically said, I'm not buying your thug gang persona bullshit. We're going to call it even. And that's where he left it. And Jesse James Hollywood thought he was going to kidnap Ben. For whatever reason, I don't know. Were you going to kidnap this 22-year-old and call his parents and say, give me $1,200? I don't even know where he was going with this plan. But that was his plan. He got his little dipshit friends to go along with it. And on the way over to Ben's house to kidnap him or whatever, they run into Ben's little brother. And they grabbed him instead. And when they initially kidnapped him, they duct taped him, taped his hands together. After they got him, they really didn't know what to do with him. They just went back to a house and started playing video games. They finally untaped him, smoked joints with him. And from that time on, he pretty much just hung out with them. Went to parties with them, drank, met girls. In the movie, it showed him getting laid, but that wasn't true. He was just drinking and hanging out with girls. In the movie, it showed the Chris character here when he went up to the desert where they were going to bury him. He was crying and walking away, but he actually dug the grave. The real guy, Graham Presley, helped Ryan Hoyt dig the grave. Ryan Hoyt is the guy Jesse James Hollywood gave the Tech 9 to, along with $400 cash. And I couldn't figure out how much he owed Jesse James, but it was $1,200 also. He said, I'll wipe your debt clean. So Jesse James Hollywood, the brilliant motherfucker he was, essentially wiped the $1,200 debt Ben owed him, wiped the $1,200 debt Ryan owed him, along with giving Ryan a Tech 9 and $400 to settle this $1,200 debt. His reasoning is insane. He essentially took care of this $1,200 debt that actually cost him $2,800, along with the Tech 9. Brilliant math. So that's what Ryan Hoyt did. He took the authority Jesse James Hollywood gave him as his gang leader, and knowing he wiped off that $1,200 debt on these nickel and dime bags he got of marijuana from the past month or whatever, however long it took him to rack that up. I mean, again, marijuana was legal in California at this time. These kids are so edgy smoking marijuana in California, right? But this gives Ryan Hoyt a power that he didn't have before. And it showed in the movie with this next clip. And I wanted to talk about Fernando Vargas also. He was actually a boxer, a very good boxer. He started boxing in 97 and he retired in 2007 when this movie came out. Because in the movie, he looked a little heavy. He hadn't been working out. But he was actually a very good boxer before this movie. He had 31 fights, 26 wins with only 5 losses and 22 knockouts.
What? That's right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Kid ain't going home.
But I thought Johnny was
Well, you felt wrong.
fuck that. Johnny didn't tell me
The
shit.
decision's been made.
And it's just that simple. Beta men. Jesse James Hollywood, beta. Jesse Rugg, beta. Played by Justin Timberlake. Basically set on the kid the whole damn time, babysitting. He was the guy in the scene getting bitched out by Ryan Hoyt, who had the new superpower from Jesse James Hollywood. The tragic story is real. These 20-year-old people, aside from Graham Presley, who was 17, were all complicit with this murder. And they were all beta. If there was an alpha among them, this wouldn't have happened. Because the alpha would have stood up and been like, this is stupid. First of all, Mr. Hollywood, how is you erasing my $1,200 debt to punish this other guy for his $1,200 debt makes sense? So what happened? Jesse Rugg, who basically was there during the kidnapping and babysitting, got 11 years. William Skidmore, he also was there during the kidnapping. He was sentenced to 11 years but got 9 through a plea deal. He must have testified against the others. Jesse James Hollywood got life. Ryan Hoyt, the guy that actually shot the 15-year-old, got the death penalty. Graham Presley, at 17 at the time, was sentenced to 8 years. He got out at 25. So essentially, Graham Presley's out, Jesse Rugg's out, William Skidmore's out. Jesse James is going to die in prison. Ryan Hoyt, they're going to execute. I don't see how it was worth it. These stupid young people smoking marijuana, watching music videos. None of this made sense. But Alpha Dog the movie is based on a true story. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out.